Alright, here I am again. Um, Over the weekend I could possibly be able to do more videos, so if any of you got any requests, now would be a good time because I don't have a lot going on this weekend. Alright, I got one message from J65. At least that I can recall. There might have been some others that got lost here and there, but he requested I bring up the subject of which Arizona wide receiver is superior, Anquan Boldin or Larry Fitzgerald, and it's a good subject to touch on. Uh, okay, quick history lesson here. In the 2003 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals took two wide receivers in the first two rounds. First being Brian Johnson. They actually took him right before they took Calvin Pace, so they had two first-round picks back-to-back that year. Neither pick really panned out. But I guess Brian Johnson ended up being an all-right player, but in the second round, in the mid to late second round, they got Anquan Boldin. He was a converted wide receiver. I'm sorry, a converted quarterback to wide receiver from Florida State. And he fell on draft boards because he posted a 4.7 something 40 time, which is quite slow by the usual standard that receivers set themselves at these days. But he came on his rookie year and he set records. He broke the rookie records that players like Randy Moss set. Um, you know, he pretty much set a new standard for rookie wide receivers in the league. He had a ton of catches, yards, touchdowns. He did it all on a pretty crappy Cardinals team, might I add. So he overcame a bunch of stuff and he played like a superstar. The next year, Dennis Green, being the coach that he is, who likes to take the best player available, with the number 3 pick, picked another wide receiver. Normally, I would object to such a drafting method, but he took Larry Fitzgerald, the receiver out of Pittsburgh, with the 3rd overall pick. Since then, he's become a Pro Bowl caliber receiver. Made one Pro Bowl. Spent some time injured this last year, but played at a high level when he was on the field. He's got great size, great hands, and Fitz and Boldin has now become one of the top wide receiver tandems in the league and would likely become the undisputed best if only the Cardinals could start to win some games. So, yeah. And then, of course, you got to throw in Brian Johnson. He's really doesn't compare to those two, but he's one of the best slot receivers in the game, though I'm sure they're regretting that draft pick right about now. But, all right, who is better, Anquan Boldin or Larry Fitzgerald? It's a never-ending debate, really. Well, on one hand, you have Boldin, and he overcomes his fairly slow speed because he can break tackles. He's one of those rare wide receivers out there that knows how to break tackles. When I think about receivers that are known for being able to break tackles, I think Michael Irvin, Terrell Owens, and Anquan Boldin. There might be others, but those are the 3 that come readily to mind. That shows you how special a tackle-breaking wide receiver is. And Boldin's one of those guys who can just plow through people, throw them off him. He's built that way. So he'll catch a lot of short passes and then just get yards after the catch by breaking tackles. He's the second best yard after the catch receiver after T.O. probably in the league. So he has a rare skill set. So that's definitely a plus in his direction. Fitzgerald is harder to define. He doesn't have amazing speed, but he can go deep every now and then. He, has good hands, but sometimes he seems to have problems when trying to catch balls in traffic. He knows how to get open. He can't break tackles, but he knows how to make people miss. So you can't really classify him as a possession receiver or a speed receiver or a yard after the catch receiver or nothing like that. Really, I think he compares to Jerry Rice in the sense that Jerry Rice didn't really fit into any of those categories because he was a great all-around receiver who could go pretty much anywhere you wanted him to and do whatever you wanted him to do in terms of catching the ball. So, Fitz doesn't really fit into a category. He's just a great all-around player. So, that said, who would I rather have? Well, I'll divide that up into two questions. Boldin is the better player. I think Boldin is the better player because he brings the yard after the catch ability that is so rare in this league at the wide receiver position. Like I said, receivers in this league who are known for breaking tackles, T.O., and Anquan Boldin. So, you know, it's very rare to find a receiver with that kind of talent. But I would rather personally take Fitz on a team because he has more speed, and if I was to be head coach of a team, hypothetically, or run a team or whatever, I would build my team in general around speed. So Fitz fits my style, Fitzgerald. So both great players. I think Boldin's better. Fitzgerald is more my style. So, you know, that's my take. All right. See ya.